Hattersley Forum Community Association. We're really sorry we can't make it. There is so much on. We've got the things that are going on for Christmas that we're preparing to do. We've got quite a few groups that are in need at the moment, and we've also got the move into the new build next year, which we're preparing for. So we're really sorry, and we hope that you have a brilliant time today. Hattersley Forum is the umbrella body for all the community centre, all the community volunteers within this community, not just in this centre but all in the whole of the community. And they serve the community to the best of their ability. If there is a need within the community, they'll try to meet it. We have quite a few volunteers. We have about 160 volunteers altogether that come in and out of the centre. It's an open centre, the door's always open, there's no button on to get into the centre or anything, it's just open door. We're there for the vulnerable in our community as well as the active people. There's that many groups. I think there's the 12 groups that we have that are affiliated to the forum. But anybody that lives within this community is a forum member, is part of the forum.
There is something to do every single day. No one needs to be lonely, because there's something for every age group to join in and be part of. And that's what's so good about Hattersley.
Peak Valley are the RSL that works within this community. They own quite a lot of the houses, and we have a good partnership working with them.
We were really interested in the Hats Community Builders programme because it was gave us a chance to explore in a bit more depth our relationships as a housing association with the community and the community organisations which we work with. So it was a really good opportunity for us to have a look at it from a different perspective and have the advantage of having some resources and some help really to help us with that. We were really interested in Hattersley as well because it was such an area of change, and it's going to be a good test and a good live action research project for us to monitor and see where we got to and see how far we could get down a certain journey.
Peak Valley, I think that they're getting to learn about the people within their communities. They're learning about the very high community spirit that we have here. This community spirit is second to none in this community, and I think it's been a surprise for not only Peak Valley but other service providers that come within and work with the forum. The honesty, the transparency, not being frightened of, especially in the voluntary sector, not being frightened of saying something and being talked down. It is a partnership, and we're on a par. It's straight talking, and I think we're learning so much from each other. I think the officers in Peak Valley are learning so much about the community of which they've got so many houses and so much involvement, and I think that the voluntary sector are learning so much from the officers as well. So it's a two-way thing, and I think we're just growing. There's a bond there that's growing, and I think that's the only way that, as I said earlier, we can move forward.
I think it's very difficult to put a monetary figure on anything that as intangible as a relationship between us and a community group. It's something that I think a lot of organisations have looked at, but I think for us it shows that we're an employer and an organisation that's serious about working in communities with community groups and supporting people who are bothered about making a difference. So I think it shows that commitment to them, and it shows it to our staff as well, which I think is important, because people want to come and work for organisations that are concerned about neighbourhoods and communities. We see beyond the rent collection, we see beyond the repairs, we see the role of our organisation as a key organisation in that area, and by working with community organisations it really helps us to show that and demonstrate that to our staff and to other partners as well as getting information from and advice from the community organisations that we're working with.
About August
We're hoping to be moving to new premises because these are getting rather old. And it'll be quite convenient because just across the road there'll be a new Tesco store. So if you need to do your shopping, then you can go in the centre for a cup of tea and meet your friends, hopefully, like we do here.
Hattersley's it's a very interesting area. It's undergoing and undergone a lot of change really since Peak Valley got involved over 5 years ago. It's been a very ambitious project with housing renewal, with employment and training initiatives, with new district facilities being built, with new retail facilities coming online, and what that means is, given that whole variety of change, there's lots of opportunities which we don't really want to lose sight of. And what we've been trying to do with this project is to help community organisations such as the Community Network to embrace those changes, to be well prepared for those changes, to state their point of view in any negotiations about those changes that affect them and the community, and to add to that whole energy and process, physical rebuilding process which is being undertaken at the moment.
We know that the district centre is a key piece in the Hattersley jigsaw, so it was really important that we strengthen the bond between Peak Valley and the Hattersley Forum, and help the forum to reinvigorate some of those links that they've made in the past.
I mean, it's opened a lot of doors for forum. I mean, okay, yeah, we have got many groups that are affiliated to the forum. That's from vulnerable people to community safety, to dancing, whatever else. There's a thing that, and I think it shows that it is an active community.
What we really ended up with was that the forum were much more ahead of the game than any of the other part.
Peak Valley learning about the peoples within their homes, it must be of value to them. And I think going into the new premises, which is, I think has been said earlier, it is a big move, and there is a lot of changes that we've got to do. We have got to carry the community spirit from this building into the new building, and we can only do that if we've got Peak Valley and the police and everybody else that can work with us and as I said, be on a par with them.
We designed a series of workshops to help 12 people who sit on the forum's executive committee to clarify and vision for the future. I was in touch with a guy called George Caswell, who came in and helped to coordinate the workshops that we did. There's a lot around confidence building, creating relationships between members of the committee, negotiation skills, and this thing about clarifying roles, responsibilities, and also doing some work around what forum can offer to Peak Valley other partners, and what forum's offer could be to Tesco's even. We also brought in a guy called Tom Quayle, who's an NLP practitioner, to help us with creating these well-formed outcomes. So it was about looking at the goals that the forum wanted and working backwards at different key steps.
When we first went into the workshops, we were all thinking, you know, how can this help us? What can this do for us? But as the weeks progressed, you got to understand more and how to go about things. And it got us all talking and sharing ideas, which in the end was invaluable to us, wasn't it? Absolutely invaluable. And I would definitely do it again.
What does the future hold? It holds a lot. It's this community being built together, young people, all ages, and just moving forward, not down different roads, but all down the same road.
We want it to be fulfilled, and if we can do that with Peak Valley base, contour, new charter, and us, fine, I'll be quite glad with that. Yeah.
Can we just say thanks to the guys that came over and did the training? It was brilliant. Thank you very much, and thanks for the finance and the help that you gave us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a Merry Christmas to you all.
I said that.
Merry Christmas
Merry
and a Happy New Year
Christmas
to everybody. Take care.
Enjoy.